Yep, now it started. So first I want to start with this session. If there are any questions on the output modes, the last part that I discussed on Wednesday. In general, was it clear for you, this
Oh, no,
output
no.
modes?
Yes, I reviewed the
Okay,
videos.
okay, perfect, perfect.
Personally, mail you or I will ask Lim for clarification. No problem.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Then I will skip this part a little because I want to talk about two important topics today. The touch link. So I want to talk about touch link in two different points. Let's start with the first one. So what's a touch link? That's an important one because yeah, you don't need to work with the central processor every time. You don't need a physical processor every time for your projects. Sometimes you can go with the decentralized solutions and go with the virtual zones. So virtual combining devices to create virtual zones for your setups, for your solutions. So that's the solution we are offering, the touch link. So what touch link zones or virtual zones are sharing is basically the input order, not the input order. I will talk about that one. And also mute settings. So you can mute them together or unmute them together, and volume settings with or without offset. So you can, when you have just one fader for everything, if you take it out, they will move together. If you put a volume offset, let's say the tops are like the main speakers are going 0 dB, but the sub is staying at, for example, at minus 4 dB. So they are moving together with the offset. It's possible. And it's really easy to configure basically. So let me go to the TeamViewer first. Show you one of the devices that we have for that. Uh, so you can find the touch link in our amplifiers like AMP203, SMQ, SMA, PMQ, and MFA. But when they have the Dante card installed, that's the important part, because AMP203 is already Dante enabled, but the Dante card should be there. Also, Vexo active speakers, when you place the Dante module inside, you can also do that. And for this Vexo active speakers, that's what we are using for Vexo active demo in our experience center. So we are using the touch link to control them basically. Let me check if I can go there now. Yes. So, okay, guys, here is the PC from Experience Center. I'm going to close this one. So you can see AUDAC Touch, right, on my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let's go to, for example, SMQ, this one. When you go to settings, here you can see the touch link. So I'm just going to click this one as an example. So you can set a touch link zone number. So the devices that sharing the same zone number are basically one single virtual zone. So you can control the input order and the volume and the mute together. And let's say, so you see we have 4 different outputs, so which means that we have 4 different touch link zone possibility. or you can like combine those two together, or you just those three, one zone. This is one zone, so you can go for two zones, for example, different combinations. So you can say that this is my main speaker, the tops. This is my sub, for example. So I can put here a volume offset as well. So I can give this one. It's basic. Okay. And the other thing that I want to talk about, because we talked about NPM 200, and that is a new feature we have, the touching priorities. So previously it was only available when you have MFA series in your system, but now we have NPM 200 for touching priority. And also this is a replacement for the, if you're aware of it, the page license that we had in the past.
Yeah.
So we can define up to 8 priority sources. We can give a priority zone number, which is an extra virtual zone. So you have your virtual zones and you have your priority zones. So they're two separate things. And you can define your inputs. So in this case, we're going to say this is our NPM 200 here on the list. So think it like this. You are subscribing your NPM 200s. Let's find it first. So you're basically sending the output, this output for that you configured for paging and voice filing, this one, to the SMQ's inputs. Okay, let's say it's Dante 1. And from Luna or from another, like, okay, let's make a setup like this. You have your XMP44, okay, your music source basically. You're sending your music into your SMQ from Dante input 1 and 3. Sorry, 2 and 3. Okay.
2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3. You're sending your music, and one is for the NPM 200. So what is happening is normally the music is playing, but when I'm making the announcement, because of the priority, the source is changing from music to microphone, and when the announcement is done, you're going back to the music. That's one of the exercises in the hands-on test. The only thing not possible is, okay, you have chime, but you don't have that fade in, fade out for the music. Okay, you don't have that fade in, fade out. It's not like the talk cover. It's more like broadcast. Okay. So after you select this one, so say it's Dante input 1 is your NPM 200, so you need to choose the Dante input 1 for your priority source. You can also give a volume offset if you want. And let's say you have multiple NPM 200s and you want to give them a certain priority. So Dante input 1 is the highest priority. Maybe on Dante input 2 you have another NPM 200, so it can be another priority. Second one.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, what you can do is basically you can program the NPM 200's dashboard for your selections. So this is the example. NPM 200. So remember this dashboard, right? This one we created together on Wednesday. So those are the actual zones from Luna. Those are for the voice file selection. This is for the push to play. And I guess this one, yeah. See, this is the TouchLink Zone 1. So You can say that, let's do it from scratch. Add ATELLIO widgets. Okay. Zones. Touch link Prio zone select. Okay, let's say it is the, I don't know, store. Okay. And let's say it is number 1. Add it. Or let's say it's the multiple, you want to do it in multiple touching priority zones at the same time. So you can add like 2 and 3, that it goes like that, and say, okay, entire store. Yeah, then just add it. Probably it's on the second page now, but yeah. But you get the idea, right? It is similar to the creating a normal dashboard for NPM 200. But what is the advantage? You can also create the similar dashboard here on an actual dashboard. So what you can do is, yeah, you can use your NPM 200s dashboard and those together, and so this will be your extension for this one. So we can do it like this. You can use this to select the zones. I'm just making an assumption. So you have your normal zones, your AUDAC, your Luna zones, and you have your virtual zones. So you're selecting your virtual zones, and you're selecting one of many voice files from here, and just play. Or you are somewhere in the warehouse or somewhere in the company, and you're on the same network, just want to make an announcement, and you're not close to your NPM 200, so you can use your Luna dashboard created similar to this one to make the voice file announcements. Okay. So you can do something like create this one, a button. Okay, I'm going to select the NPM 200s. It is the zone, paging, see, same. Store. I'm just going to say, okay, 1. This 2. Done. My button is here. This button is same as the NPM 200s button. Everything is clear on creating dashboard for NPM 200 and for touching priority. So far, so good. Injamul, Nanette. I don't know how you pronounce your name, Nurfatoni or no, from PIB.
Tony.
It's Tony. Okay, Tony.
Tony, Toni, Tony.
Okay, Tony. Okay, sorry. But Injamul's again dropped. No worries. Mengwei, is it clear also for you, the dashboards creation for NPM 200 and for touching priority?
The thing is it
Yes.
not possible to add an NPM 200 from the emulator mode?
No.
From the, is that correct?
You mean this one? Okay, yes, let's close this one.
Yeah, from the dashboard, I'm trying to.
But if you have, okay, if you have on your device list, do you have it on your device list now? The NPM 200.
Just a minute.
You can add one.
I have one. This is previously done, and then, but it's in emulator mode, I think. Emulated.
But you cannot. I know that you cannot design the dashboard. This one.
Yeah. I don't think I can do that from the.
Okay, you cannot design this one on emulator mode. No.
Yes, that's the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, but I saw how you do it, which is you have to add a widget, and then from there you select zones, and from there you look for this touch link priority zone select.
It's under the It is under the zones.
Yep. I
Yep.
have saved a screenshot of that.
Okay. But I guess the video is available, but I need to check because I have a problem with the source code on this CMS. Yeah.
And the
Perfect.
zones, mic paging, zone touch link priority, zone select.
Yeah. This is for the actual Luna. This is for the
Mhm.
virtual one.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so here is an application example for you. So we have the MFA with the NI card and the source code
Mhm.
module on it. So source code module will be your audio source.
Mhm.
And then with the line out, you can send the signal to the SCP.
STP.
So on MFA, what you can do is amp out and line out can be two separate touchlink zones.
Line out and what, sorry?
Line out and amplifier out.
Okay.
They can be two separate touchlink zones. So this is one zone, this is one zone, and AMP203 is another zone. So I can basically set different levels. So this is a store, for example. This is warehouse, and for cash counter, I want to yes. For cash counter, I can simply just drop it to -9 or something, so it's quite on the cash counter. And what if I want to make the announcements from cash counter, say, okay, this device is now on discount. This is the campaign, blah 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 blah. If you buy one, we will give you two, for example, those kind of things. So yeah, you can also integrate your NPM 200 into your switch, and you can do those settings I showed you, and you can make announcements, do them separately or together. It's totally up to you. And you can use your AUDAC Touch, the actual dashboard, in combination with your NPM 200. Okay. Any questions on TouchLink? I think it's really useful if you don't want, if the budget is low and they don't want to go for an actual Luna or any MTX kind of device.
Yeah, for like a very simple setup,
Yeah,
not that complicated.
exactly. So it can be your, yeah, an XMP, an amplifier, maybe amplifiers at SMQ or PMQ, so you can control them. Okay, so let's talk about Dante, because we discussed the touching priority, which is based on Dante, basically. So I assume you know about Dante already, but I want to talk about the chipsets we are using. So in Luna, we have the Brooklyn chipset. The NM88 is also the Brooklyn with 8 channels and 8x8 enabled. And on other devices, we are using the Ultimo. It's 4x4.
Okay.
And I want to talk about this concept, the flows. So a single flow basically carries up to 4 channels, regardless of the chipset. So it is Brooklyn, it's Ultimo, it is Broadway, doesn't matter. It's always a flow means carrying 4 channels. Okay, so let's look at the channel numbers and the TX RX flows. So you can see that we can go up to 60 for transmitting channels and 64 receiving channels. And when it comes to flow, we have 32 flows. So the number is half of it. Half of the channel count is your number of available flows. So this is important because sometimes you want to add lots of devices into your system. I will show you later. And at that point, you need to switch from unicast to multicast. So unicast is something like this. So think like you have your NWP, right? This is not a physical class, but let's assume it's a physical class. I have my two hands and I can handshake with Nana and with Mengwei at the same time, right? For Tony, we cannot do it because yeah, it's a unicast. I have two hands, then that's it. But when it comes to multicast, let's say you are in a single line. So Mengwei, Tony, Nana, there you're just standing in front of me, and I'm just passing, and my hand is there, and if you are subscribed to me, you will shake my hand. If you're not subscribed to me, you will just, okay, I'm not going to listen to you. Okay? So everybody will shake hands. It's multicast. It's not one-to-one.
Yep.
It's one to all. Okay? So that's important for flows because sometimes you're out of flow, so you need to go to the multicast from there. Okay? So if you're out of flow, which means the fan out issue. And the topologies. So we have two topologies we are going to talk about, but those are not physical wiring topologies. They're all subscribing. So we have the star. So one device to other. So one to one. And we have the daisy chain. So you're basically subscribing one output to other input, one output to other input. Because sometimes people are like, okay, NPM 200, you are doing the daisy chain. So do we have two RJ45 ports on the back of the device? No. It's just single ports and all the daisy chaining happening on Dante controller here. Okay. So let's look at the few scenarios. So here we have a NWP. So you can see it's the Ultima based device. We have is 4x4, which means it has two RX and two TX flows. And we have the AMP203. There's similar devices when it comes to the Dante capabilities. And this is the physical wiring basically, and this is a flow. So this let me zoom in. So see that light blue on the back is the flow, and those four are the channels, the transmission. Okay. Oh, it's an animated one. Okay. So let's say this is the scenario. I have a room, I have a meeting room, I have a classroom, or I have a multi-purpose hall, small one, and you have NWP on each end of the room. They're communicating, they're transmitting the signal to your AMP203. And what if you need a third NWP in the room? It's not working. It's not going to work because this one has two flows, and those two flows are already in use with two different devices. The third one will not work. So my question, how can we solve it? This is called fan out issue, and how can we solve it? Any ideas? For Nanette and Tony, you can type your guesses on the chat if you want. Anyway, do we have any guess
With
for
a
that?
network switch, maybe?
No. But yes, it's something to do with network. Correct. Okay. What you can do is, because it still has the, see the one TX and one TX is in use. There's no, yeah, RX in use. So what you can do is you can simply subscribe this wall panel to this one. So you can send this to this one. Okay.
Mhm.
And the flow on this one is using only one channel or two channels, I don't know, because it has four outputs. Maybe one is in use. So what you can do is you can subscribe this wall panel, the third one, to the first one, and using the mixer you can send both inputs. So this input will be mixed here and you can send it. This input will be mixed here and you can send it. Okay. So this is the fan out issue and this is how you can solve it. And yeah, all those are just subscriptions, those ones. And those thin lines are your physical connection with the switch. So let's look at another scenario, not another example. This time we're going to do it with Luna and NPM 200s. So here again you have your physical wires. The NPM 200 is also Ultimo, but the Luna F is Brooklyn, so it is 32 TX flow, 32 RX flow, which is in maximum 64 by 64. Okay. So this is the star Dante routing. Okay, this is the central unit, and you're just simply sending each channel to this each channel. Minimum latency, you can do the simultaneous paging, so there is no one-by-one priority thing going on. And the point is, because I'm thinking that you don't have any NWP on your system, any XMP on your system that delivers you the music. Okay, so you can go up to 32 paging consoles, between 32 flows. So there's a limitation. Okay, and let's look at this configuration. Daisy chaining. So daisy chaining, again, as I said, it will be on Dante controller. But here we have a higher latency compared to the previous model. And we have the priority-based paging going on. Remember from the output modes. And also other disadvantages. If you unplug this one, the rest will not work. But the advantage, this was a disadvantage, but the advantage is now you can go beyond 32 because you are only using one flow, one channel on the Luna side. Okay. So let's look at another option. So this is the model that Injamul was talking on the hospital example. So let's say you have two buildings in the facility, and you have three or two NPM 200s. So you can make your announcements in unicast because you have two flows here. Okay, you have 32 flows here, but you have two flows here only. So you can go up to two devices at the same time. But let's say you have two facilities, but they're going to build a third one, a fourth one, so you will build more buildings. Then the third device will not work because of the unicast. What you need to do is then going for multicast. Remember, you're on single line and I'm just shaking all your hands. You want to take my hand or not. So that's multicast. Okay, so you can go beyond three devices there. Again, this is all Dante routing, but this is all physical, and you can combine this setup with daisy chain. And yeah, this side is multicast, but the previous sides are unicast. So you can think that this is the main, like the reception. Those are like the floors, so they have the less priority compared to you, the one in the reception. Okay. What I have here, normally we have that hands-on test, but I will just simply show you guys this setup, because you can do the test on your own pace in your office. I will assign the certificates anyway, but I highly recommend you to play with the scenarios. Normally this is the setup. So normally we have a Luna F, and on the GPI sides, we have GPI 1 and GPI 2. We have a switch there to, for the room partition, open and close scenario. And for GPO, we have a LED there. So you can see that when you make like an announcement on the GPO side, you can put a light. So when you're making the announcement, it just blinks. And then we have a NEO and AMP203 there. AMP203 is for you to listen the announcements that you make. So you're making a scenario, you're making a configuration. So you need to hear it to confirm that it's really working. Okay. Then we have the LCP 105 to control everything. And yeah, that's the whole setup. But I will share the PDFs with you. Actually, you can also download them. Let me show you where you can find them. So you can go to My PVS, this one.
Some of you might not have access to it yet, but if you don't have access, do reach out to, for MetaTab, maybe reach out to Wayne. For
Yep.
PIB, maybe you can talk to Tree to get an access to the PVS portal.
So you need to go to your account, or yeah, the admin of your company should go to that account.
Yeah.
Click on My Account. Here on the marketing, downloads. So we have the certification tests here. Those are the PDFs. Step by step, it's telling you what to do. Okay. You can do those two on your own pace. I will assign it anyway. And also, when you scroll down on the presentation side, you can find the ATELLIO level 1, AUDAC touch level 1, ATELLIO level 2, and AUDAC touch level 2. When you open them, you can see that it's like August 2026, 2025. So it says the date. The latest you should be checking, because of all the new updates. We are always updating those presentations, also the tests. And this is an additional information. So let's say you have a new colleague, new staff joining the team, and they have no AV background or network background or they have no idea about the fundamentals. So we have the audio essentials and network essentials presentations. They are not that long, but they're really good ones. And it's not here yet, but we also have a presentation called Guideline to a Successful Demo. So it's a guideline for you to make a demo really good. So we have that standards, like what should be the source, what should be the setup, how you should place your speakers, or when you should do the tests before the demo, those kind of things. So we have all those things that will be available soon, but we have those presentations already for you. Okay. So yes, let's look at some example setups. I guess that's here. Yeah, I need to also talk about those things, because this is a combination of AUDAC touch level 2 and ATELLIO level 2. So
There's one question from Tony in the chat box.
yes, I want to ask what is the maximum file size in megabytes voice file? So you mean what is the maximum that we can put there? Actually, it's a voice file player, so there's no limitation. The only limitation is your SD card's size, actually.
Okay,
If
thanks.
that's the answer you're looking for. But keep in mind that the size of the SD card is smaller compared to Luna. On Luna, you have almost like 9 gigabytes of space for everything, but on the npm 200, it's almost like 1.5-ish or 2.
Still
I don't.
quite still sufficient for any voice file, I believe.
Yeah. So think it like this, for example. Let me share. So first, I will show you this one voice file. So when I go into the SD cards, see it is 1.4 normally, and those are like just kilobytes. And also now I'm planning to do this, my task for next week actually. It's not here. Where I can share it. Give me a second, guys. Yeah. So I prepared those AI generated voice files. Okay. So those are like, for example, Lexa 206. See, those are like really small ones, like 6 seconds something. So they're like, I don't know if you can hear it.
Nope.
You cannot hear it, right? So
Nope.
they're like, you're about to experience Vexo 206 in combination with blah, blah, blah. So those kind of things, we're going to do it. And in the future, we are also planning to put all the demo music into Luna. So I think that we have sufficient, and the, there's no solid limitation when it comes to the file size. No.
Right. Thanks, Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any other question, Tony, please feel free to drop it
Yeah.
in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, so about it was another question, I guess.
Was it?
No, and he's typing.
Okay.
Okay, and the how to make the remote access. You can do the less secure one, the TeamViewer or AnyDesk. Like no technical backgrounds needed. It's just download and go there. But also VPN tunneling is a good one. See, now we are using the TeamViewer, but normally we are using VPN in the office when we are at home, for example, working from home and need to access to our demo rack. We are using the VPN tunneling. And yeah, it's a little bit complex than normal, but it's real secure. When we talking about support and security, I wanted to show you guys the support menu. I don't know if you are aware of it. So when you click on this menu icon, right, for 4 times, you can see the support. So what you can do is you have reset connections. So the reset connection is not valid anymore because in the past with devices like M2 and MTX, so in the past those devices just keeping open the WebSockets. So the communication is done, but the WebSocket is still open. So they need to be closed at some point. So the reset connection is doing that one. Or close all connections. See, you can select the device. We don't have any of them, so you can close it. Then we have the delete all devices. You can delete all devices on your saved device list. Let's say you want to start from scratch in the project, you can do that. And the clear app cache is if you suspect that something is not okay, something is working a bit wrong with your AUDAC touch, you can clear the app cache and yeah, AUDAC touch will close itself, and you need to put your credentials again. So this is a support menu. To close it, again, press 4 times and it will disappear. So it's our little secret, guys. Then other FAQs. So the port numbers is one thing. Let me show you where you can find the port numbers. That's really important for the hotel projects, for example, or builds facilities with high security on the network side. So it's available on all devices actually, but I just going to show you on the Luna F under downloads. See the required port numbers. When you click on it, so you can see all devices, the protocols that they're using, addressing, all those things. When you scroll right, you can see the Luna, NPM 200, NCP, NWPN Neo, ENI cards. They're all here. So you need to check the ports if they're open on the switch, for example, if something's wrong. Also for AUDAC touch, so assuming that you are in a hotel, you can go online from your mobile, your normal internet. But when you go wireless, you're using wireless internet and you're not able to go to AUDAC touch, you're not able to go online. So you need to check with the IT if port 80 and 443 are open. That's the first thing. The second one is you need to ask them if AUDAC touch communication is on the whitelist. That's also sometimes causing issues. So port is one thing, the whitelist is another thing. And later the NTP server, so this is for Luna in specific. Because to use the event handler in a precise way, you need an NTP server connection. So for you, it is Asia pool, this one. You need to put it on command. So let me show you. I'm going to call CMD. Okay. Let's wait for it. Yep. Command prompt. Can you see it? The command prompt?
Yep.
So I'm just going to put the Europe because I'm here. It's not recognized. Huh. Let's ping it again. Yes. So I'm receiving a reply from this IP. So I can use it for my, yeah, I can use it basically. See. And for other questions, you can first go for the support at pvs.global. Sometimes I will reply, sometimes Chris, sometimes Bert. It's all about our workload. And for the internet connection, so you need internet connection just when you open your account after you during your entering your credentials, basically. As an example, it is for uh, shows like Infocom or for ISC, for example. We have those visuals, nice visuals on the dashboards. So to see that those dashboards, when we open it, we need an internet connection. So we can open a hotspot, connect your NUC, and just open the dashboard. If you see the visuals there, then you're okay, because it's just grabbing everything on the cloud. And the cloud connection, again, it will be possible to upload your changes on the dashboard and on the device list. And yeah, there's no communication going outwards. It's just our cloud for updating for sync. That's pretty much it. And we are using partially Google servers and our servers. And what else? What else? What else? We talked about the commander. We talked about all those things. Yeah. So, let me check if I can go into it.
Any other questions, Tony? And oh, Injamu is not here.
No, not here.
Nanit and Tony, if you have any questions.
Let's wait for it. Tony, there's another question, I guess.
So Tony, after this, we would expect either you or Tree to do some local trainings. Yep, hands-on trainings, level 2 trainings locally.
I'm just going to show it on, yeah, this one, because it's not working for me for some reason. Okay, I'm going to show you guys for a few more things.
Sure.
One is the so we think like a complex dashboard with the jumping between other dashboards. So you can also do that. So this is our auditor, for example, our demo room here for the, yeah, you can see all the ceiling speakers, all the wall mount speakers. So what you can do is you can also select your song, okay? You can go to demo metrics. So this is another dashboard. We can go jump between dashboards. We can select the song and then can press play and go back to the dashboards. So another option can be that it's a hotel dashboard, let's say, okay? And in hotel dashboard, you can give this to the reception so they can jump between the lobby, the corridors, the meeting room, the pool area, so they can go between dashboards if they want to control them. But let's say in the pool area you have that DJ, you don't want him to mess with other things. So you don't want him to, yeah, increase the music level in the corridors, for example, right? So give me a second. Let me check if I can go online again. This one. Or no, it's not going online. No, no worries. So what you can do is, yeah, here. If you want, you can lock it. Okay. If you want, you can lock it 1, 2, 3, 4. But when you look at here, you need to unlock it again. I will just do it in, give me a second. Let's do it like this.
Is to lock the dashboard, right?
Yeah. Okay, because I don't want to mess with Experience Center right now, to be honest.
Yeah. No,
So
when you
here
have
is my
event going on
dashboard.
next week.
Yeah. So, okay, here's my accounts. I have a dashboard. So I can click here, log, and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I can lock it. So once you lock it in the dashboard, you can only go to the user side, or you can just make it top to bottom swipe, and you can unlock it. But let's say this is the DJ, right? So you're just locking him in his own poolside dashboard. So he has no access to others. You're safe. But let's say he just by mistake he clicked here, so he has no access going back to the dashboard. No, he's just stuck here. So he will call the IT guy, say, okay, I did this one, and say, okay, why did you do that? So they need to log in again, log in and log out again. To no. So this is the option 1. So when you look at in the dashboard itself, that person cannot check the system configuration, the other dashboards. No, he's just stuck with that dashboard you provided them. But let's say you are the reception. So for reception, you can look at all the dashboard lists. Which means that I can go to the dashboard and I swipe from left to right. I can go to dashboard list again, so I can jump between other dashboards. I'm not stuck with this one. I can jump between other dashboards. So left, right swipe, dashboards. And on the dashboard list, when I do the top to bottom swipe, I can unlock it. That's really handy. It's really handy for hotel projects, for example, if you don't want reception or any stuff in the hotel not to mess with the settings. Just give them like a volume control or something else. Okay.
So in that way, actually, it solves China's problem. Remember, we talk about China's situation. So if you
Yes
can lock
and
the
no.
dashboard, I mean, it's not a temporary fix, but it's not a permanent fix, but temporary, they can still do that by
Because
locking it.
if you lock them within the dashboards,
Mhm.
okay, if they open and close the PC, they need the credentials once again.
But that's okay. To unlock that dashboard, can you set different password for different dashboard? That's not possible, right?
No.
Okay. Then it's back to square one. Okay, understood.
Yep. But still, I really want them to create new accounts. That's like the only
Yeah.
way and the safest way.
Yep. Understood.
And yep. And then yes, let's check. Then we have the mapping the widgets. That's also really important, guys. So let's assume that I'm going to use another, let's say this one. So let's assume that in this project, I put a new XMP, right? So this is an XMP with MMP40.
Okay.
But I change it for servicing reasons, for example, or this is a Luna and I change it for some reason. And now it shows me only orange here, but I have a new one on my network. So what I can do is click on edit, click on settings, okay, map widgets. So I can see that those are the widgets that I'm using from this device, and I want to change it to another device with the same type. So this is normally 170. this, yeah, 170, but I want to change it from with, for example, 19, or those are the options that I have on my list. Once I do this, those widgets will automatically update it. So I don't need to just delete and add the new one. No, I can shift the existing one to another device, map to another device. Is that clear? It's really, because it's really handy when it comes to servicing, for example. Mengwei, you look like you have a question.
Yeah, I'm trying to digest. So mapping device in a way that if you map what you have on the top one, the Luna, so it's basically, is it like it's doing
So let's
exactly the
say,
configuration from Luna F1
so
to which one, whichever you want.
what is doing is, so you have this device, so,
Mm-hmm.
this is the old one, and you have the new one. Okay, it's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not carrying the configuration. It's only mapping the existing widgets to your new device.
Ah, okay.
Right? Because otherwise you need to create a dashboard from scratch. But now you don't need to create the whole dashboard. You're just saying that, okay, this device is no longer here, but you can use this device instead.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, that is really handy. And then we have the screen size. So guys, if you go to let's say Luna on your mobile and try to play with wave presets, wave dynamics or wave tune to make a EQ adjustment, you cannot do it. The AUDAC touch will not allow you, because AUDAC touch normally designed for configuration on bigger screens and control from smaller screens. That's the initial approach. So when you go to bigger screens, you can see everything on your dashboards. But when you go to smaller ones, you need to swipe to see other parts of the dashboards, for example.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Other things, let me check. I don't have stuff here. Any questions? Because right now I'm almost like, yeah. I just wonder. Oh, okay. We have things to talk. We have things to talk, actually. Yep, certified trainer. So guys, it is now almost end of October, but we still have like 2 months before end of the year. But which means that you can still do some good local trainings.
Yeah.
Training is good. Education is a must. So here is the train the trainer guide. So from now on, yeah, it's 10:15 European time. You are now trainers. You are all trainers now. Okay, you are now all trainers. So here is the train the trainer guide for the existing training material. So we are taking the existing material like this. So ATELLIO level 1, which is you're introducing the AUDAC products, AUDAC solutions to your customer. Okay, they have the project and you're introducing the hardware to them and showing them the capabilities. And then AUDAC Touch level 1. So ATELLIO level 1 is the first presentation, then AUDAC Touch level 1. So with AUDAC Touch level 1, you are basically telling them, hey, those are the advantages of using AUDAC Touch as a part of your solution. And those are the example dashboards. Those are the things that you can do with AUDAC Touch. So you're showing the added value. And in real life, you can also create a mock-up dashboard and take it to the meeting and say, okay, forget about the hardware. This is what you will have. This is the control panel that you will have end of the day. So that's the AUDAC Touch level 1. Then we have the ATELLIO level 2 that we did together this week. So ATELLIO level 2 is basically You sold the project, now you're configuring it. You're putting things together. Okay, it's like a commissioning part of it. Then we have the AUDAC touch level 2, which is the fine tuning of the system that you put together. So it's like the DSPs. You're just playing with the EQs, the AGC, and yeah, all those stuff. Okay. Then in those presentations, we have the comments section. So let's go to this one, for example. When I use this one, let me check. See, we have those small notes that you can check. Yeah, we have those small things. You can use them as a guide for you. You don't need to memorize them. No, you can use them as a guide for you. They're like the small tips, small examples sometimes. Maybe small important notes about the product.
Yeah, some of the
Let's
key points
say,
to cover. Yep.
yeah. For example, it's not something that important maybe for some people, but you can go to, let's say, it is the ATELLIO, and it was in the very first pages. See we have those parts, for example, the power consumption of each device. Or we have, let me check, it was this parts or this parts or this parts. It was somewhere else, yeah. Yeah, see, for example, we have the latency measurements from Luna. So sometimes people are asking like, hey, can I use it for, let's say, for live mixing, small one? Yeah, yes, you can do, because the latency is not that huge, so it's, yeah, it's negligible. I already did a small jazz band trio with it. It was last year or 2 years ago, so it's possible. And then we have the online tests and hands-on tests. For hands-on tests, I can share you the source material so you can translate it to your own language. That's not a problem. For online tests, I highly recommend you to use the Google Translate, but just Google Translate it on this page. Then when you have the answer, just go back to the English version, because when you translate it, you cannot select and proceed. There's like a little thing. I don't know what's that. And yeah, right now we have 15 different questions from the question pool on each test. It's like 30 or 40 questions in each pool. So every time they're retaking it, they're seeing a different set of 15 questions. And yeah, for a success, it's 80%. 80% is the minimum. It's not that hard, by the way. It's really easy. And yeah, our expectations from you. So first is you should be familiar with the product, with the story, and with all updates, which means that for the updates, the pre-training online meetings. So you need to inform us at some point, like, hey, I'm going to have that training in a week, for example. Then before the training, Mengwei, me, and you, we can make this Teams call, like half an hour or so. I can update you on the latest things, and if you have questions before the training, you can ask us. We can also provide you that support. So yeah, we want you to be like part of the family. So you are also our like colleagues. So we need to train you. We need to communicate with you at that level. And yes, also another expectation is do not stay with the examples we are providing you. So if you have like few examples on the side notes, all on the pages, don't go with them. Talk about your own experiences, the local practices, the local expectations of the customers and users. Because so far I gave training in Europe, in Latin area, in States, and in APAC as well. So you have different approaches when it comes to providing a solution. So yeah, talk about those things, so people will feel comfortable, and also try to be really interactive. Okay, try to push people to the interaction. Yes, and yeah, encourage them to ask questions, because those questions, as part of as a, how to say it, you are from PVS in that room, and you can answer those questions. So I'm here to provide the information, and you are there to answer those questions. So encourage them to answer questions. But in a case that you cannot answer the question, we will have a post-training meeting, like 1 or 2 days after the training. So we can do that and say that, hey, Turker, those are the questions we had, and those are my questions, and those are the feedbacks. So with feedbacks, we can make the presentation better. With the questions, we can answer them. If I don't have the answer, I will talk with support. I will talk with R&D or sales. So yeah, those kind of things. So we will stay in touch before and after the training session. Okay, this is a question. For multiple NPM 200s, daisy chain or network, does EAC should be 1-to-1 per device? You mean NPM 200s, let's say in daisy chain, you want to feed that daisy chain into EAC? It's possible, yes, it's possible, because now you have only actually because you're working with one Dante channel, so it's safe. It shouldn't be an issue, yeah. But it feels like when you make the daisy chain, it feels like 1-to-1 still, because they cannot speak at the same time. Because they're not speaking at the same time because of the priority, so it feels like 1-to-1.
1-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Any other questions about the devices, AUDAC Touch, or about the train the trainer guideline?
Any other questions? If there isn't, then anything else you want to cover, Tucker, from your end?
No, I covered more or less everything. Yeah, because
Right.
the time slot is here like another half an hour if people have questions. That's the thing. But if
Yeah.
they don't have questions, yes. I have one thing that for Injamul. Injamul, did you send email to support about the SCP?
No, no. Thank you, Tarkar. Not yet. Actually,
Mhm.
today and tomorrow is our weekend here. Hopefully,
Okay,
actually, I am
thanks.
in my hometown also today for
I
the
see.
Okay,
weekend. I will
so
do
on
it
Monday,
later, but
right?
hopefully.
Okay, okay, but I already informed Chris about that issue. So yeah, if you share it on Monday, they will answer it immediately, because they know about the problem now.
Okay. Thank you.
And did you use or which voice controller did you use on that SCP?
I actually I used WP205
No, no,
with
no, no, no. For voice for like, did you use WP200 or which one, or VC?
oh no. Actually, I if I say the diagram that 10 pieces of SP20, the projection speaker is connected with SCP 230, and wall panel connected through RJ45 from
Okay.
WP
Okay.
205 to SCP.
Okay. Then let's see on Monday. Then we can proceed from there. No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Tony, Nanette, any questions? If no,
Okay,
we can.
if there's none, then yeah, we will call it off. We will end it a bit earlier and give it back some time to you. Feel free to email to me and Turker if you have any other questions. If not, then thank you so much for your time, and
I
be in
will
touch.
stop the. Yeah, I will stop recording now. And yeah. Okay.